What a wonderful night. What a wonderful night. You know, it's been 3 months since we in the 4th District had a voice, and tonight our voice was very loud. You know, the pundits were talking about this wasn't a seat we were going to win, that we were going to lose a Republican seat, that it was a special election, that it was a chance for the Democrats. They were motivated. There was a lot of angst against the president, and they were going to fight back. But we really showed the pundits tonight, didn't we? So we're going to get our voice heard. We're going to go to Washington, and we're going to get engaged, and we're going to help change and continue that process that started in November and make changes in Washington. So I never had a goal to be a congressman. I mean, that wasn't my lifelong dream. My background was as an engineer, working in the business world, working to make things better, more efficient and effective. That's what I tried to do as state treasurer. But what I saw was that what was coming out of Washington wasn't helping us. It wasn't helping Americans as individuals. It affected me in the treasurer's office. It affects businesses, and we need to change that. We need to make America work for us. We need to go balance the budget. I mean, we can't continue to spend more money than we bring in. Yeah. I mean, the national debt has doubled under the last 2 administrations, twice. So we've gone from a $5 trillion debt to an almost $20 trillion debt. And we can't do that to our kids and grandkids. So I'm going to go be an advocate for a balanced budget amendment that we make sure that we spend only what we bring in. We need to repeal and replace Obamacare. I mean, instead of helping individuals get health care, what Obamacare did was it broke the health insurance system in the country. And now people can't afford insurance, which isn't helping them at all to get health coverage. And so we need to make sure that they get health care. So let's fix that problem and let's move forward and make America great again in the healthcare world. You know, our economy has been growing slowly for the last 8 years. And it's because of that burden that comes from the federal government that affects businesses and affects individuals. And we need to relieve that regulatory burden. The president has said that for every new regulation comes out of Washington, we should eliminate 2 of them. And I say that doesn't go far enough. So if we can free up that regulatory burden, we can actually get the economy growing again. We can get new jobs. People will have more money in their pocket, and they'll be able to be wealthier, support their families, and be able to help our country grow. We need to do tax reform. I mean, we can't exist as a country if we can't trade with other countries, and our tax code currently hurts us in that endeavor. We need to address the money that's trapped overseas. You know, there's $2.6 trillion in corporate profits that they can't bring back in to invest in new plants, new operations in America because they would be taxed again. The United States is a country that does that, the only developed country that does that. We need to go to a territorial tax system so that we don't have that burden on U.S. companies. When we talk about trade, trade's very important for us in the 4th District. I'm going to be a big advocate for free and fair trade to enable us to get the products that we make here, whether they're airplanes, whether it's farm equipment, whether it's agriculture products that we can ship out of the district, out of the state, across the world, and be competitive in that arena.
Yeah.
For far too long, Washington hasn't worked for us, and we need to make sure that changes. Tonight is a symbol of that. Even though we heard a lot from the national media, from people outside the state, that we weren't going to be able to win this race, we showed tonight that we're still a Republican seat, that we're going to make sure that we change things that are going in Washington.